What's up, guys? So today we're here to talk to Stacy and do some one-on-one coaching about how to reach your goals, specifically with nutrition. So Stacy's been working out for a while, 3 days a week, and she saw seen some really good results from that. Toning, muscle gain, just feeling better, doing better with that. But today we're going to take her through some one-on-one coaching. We're going to take her from her why to her goals, to her action steps, and then how to navigate the process of motivation, discipline, how to go through the 80-20 rule, and to really be successful with what she wants to accomplish. So Stacy, first question I have for you is, what is your why? What is the emotion that you want to feel from accomplishing your goals?
I think it's just feeling good about yourself.
Okay.
Wanting to do better and stay in that betterness, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the right word.
So it sounds like feeling good about yourself, feeling better, and then just kind of staying in that area of better.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's write that there. So stay better. Okay. So feel good and stay better. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's do a little deeper dive into that, right? So what does that mean? Why feel better? Why do better? Why stay better?
Because you want to live longer.
Okay, live longer. Okay, good. So we got another one here. Live longer. What else do you get out of that? What else do you get out of living longer?
Family, staying in with your family. You want to feel stronger and stay better so you can have more time with your family, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. So feel stronger, time with family.
To support and help them.
Ah, okay. Just to be around. Okay,
just
excellent.
to be around.
So let's say be stronger for family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we can write for family, help family. Okay. Family. So right now we're narrowing down more and more of your why, right? The emotion that you get, the feeling you get from accomplishing a certain goal or doing something, right? It's what you really get out of accomplishing a goal, a finite goal, right? It's more of the infinite game, as I like to talk about, the infinite game, the infinite things that you can not really, put your hands on and attain like a physical number, but the feeling you get from that, it's much more important. And so we're starting here because you're gonna be able to work your way back to, your goal and back to the action steps. And it's also gonna help keep you motivated along the way and disciplined along the way. Your wins are gonna feel that much better. And then when you fail, it's not gonna feel like a failure. It's gonna feel like a learning point that's gonna keep you motivated, keep you, especially for you, in that staying better zone, right?
Right.
So it's not going to feel like you messed up and you feel like you've fallen off the wagon and okay, like whatever, forget it all. Have you ever felt like that before?
Of course.
Yeah, where you're like, forget it all. I'll just do whatever. I felt like that before, right? But the more that, what I found is that the more that you connect with your why and connect with the emotional state and think about that as much as you can, the less you feel that way. And the more you feel like those failures are like, okay, I did this thing, let's say it's Z, right? I meant to do X, but I did Z. And now I got this, I felt like I was falling further away from my goals. Okay, well, you can kind of assess that and realize I don't want to do that again. I'd rather focus more back on this X to get what I really want, which is Y, right? Really connecting with this. So I want to dive a little deeper on this for you. So it's to be stronger, for family, help family. How does that make you feel?
That's a good one.
It's tough to think about these things. Okay.
Well, of course, especially when you're on the spot. I don't know. At the moment, I'd have to think.
So if you're able to be stronger and help your family more, what would you get out of that?
Well, I'd always feel better. I mean, inside, out.
Feel better inside out.
Like accomplished something, I guess.
Accomplished. Okay, there we go. I like this one. Accomplished, because we got a really good descriptive word there, right? You'd feel accomplished. So it sounds like if you were there for your family, you were helping your family for longer, you were stronger, you'd feel better inside and out and feel more accomplished. See how we're narrowing it down like more and more? It came from like feel good, feel good, right? To this. I'd feel accomplished, right? So that accomplished feeling. So the more we think about it, the more we focus on it, the more we talk about it, the more narrowed down it becomes. And the more we can connect that to our goal and connect that to what we're doing every single day. And so that's where that piece of discipline comes in versus just that motivation. It's not what you're feeling in the moment, because what you're feeling overall is way more connected to what you truly, truly want, right? Than what you want in the moment. So I want to go even deeper here. Okay. So accomplished. Let's actually go back a little bit. So feeling better inside and out, having more time, and being there to help your family more. What else do you get out of that?
I don't know. A sense of gratitude.
A sense of gratitude.
I feel like maybe, possibly.
A sense of gratitude from you or to you?
I guess maybe both a little bit.
Okay. There we go. I was like, wait a second. You're writing fast, thinking. All right. So sense of gratitude. Okay. Do you feel like we've gone deep enough here? Do you feel like we've kind of like peeled the layers of the onion back?
Of course. Absolutely.
Okay. Anything stand out to you here? Anything like that you'd like, all right, this is really what I connect with here? All of it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't just pick one.
Well, not one. Well, we don't have to pick one, but I don't know if anything that's like stood out to you like in bold, like, yeah, that's the one I want.
It's the feeling good.
The feeling good.
Yeah.
You want to feel good. So so it'd help you feel good. So now we've got our why, right? This is all our why right here. Okay. And next we want to figure out, okay, what's our goal, right? What's our goal? So we'll just say why like that. And then we'll go goal over here. Okay. So what's going to make us feel more accomplished, have a sense of gratitude? What's going to help us be there for our family, help our family, feel better inside and out, feel good, stay better? What's going to help you do that, right? When it comes to that physical goal, what would you like to do? It doesn't have to be a finite number yet. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But just like, what is it that you want to see when it comes to your training and nutrition?
Just finding the right foods to make you get to that point. Staying consistent.
Well, what is the point that you kind of want to get? It doesn't have to be finite. Like, oh, I want to, so a lot of times we'll go to these goals and people will share with me like, okay, I want to lose this much weight, right? And that goal changes a lot, believe me. Or I want to be in this pant size or this dress size, or I'd like to fit in my high school clothes, right? Or I'd like to be my high school weight. That was a big one with the guys actually we just did. That a lot of them said I want to get back to my high school weight, right? So those are kind of like a little more finite. So really, in that direction, what would you say that you want to do when it comes to training and nutrition?
I don't know at the moment. I don't know. I have to it's a really deep question to think.
Okay. What direction do you want to go in?
Well, I mean, it's like you said, fitting into your clothes.
Okay, great. So let's write that, fit into clothes.
Being comfortable.
There we go. You're narrowing it down. Fit into clothes. Comfortable. So fit into clothes, more comfortable. Good. Okay, see how that's also kind of like, see how connected that is to like a little bit more emotion, right? So when we think about these goals, right, the number doesn't really matter. The number is just a number to tell us where we're at now, where we want to go, and how far we've come, right? So it isn't the size of the clothes, but it's the emotion that we get from that, right? And you see how that goal is comfort. It's a feeling, right? It's not a number. It's not finite, right? Fit into clothes. Okay, that's a little more finite, but it's what you get from that comfortability. So let's think about that now. Okay, so what do you think? So you know where you're now, right? What do you think would get you to feel more comfortable or to feel like you fit into your clothes or more comfortable in your clothes?
Do more exercises, I guess, outside.
So there's a couple sides of the equation, right? Yeah. There's energy out, which is exercise, non-exercise activity, energy expenditure, right? There's all the energy outside, right? And then the other side of the equation is energy in. So let's write that here. All right, we got energy in, energy out. Okay, so energy in and energy out. So we know that side of the equation, right? So generally for you, you've been training 3 days a week, sometimes 2 days a week if you're busy or it's hard to get in that third day, right? Okay. So when it comes to the activity guidelines, right, what you're basically supposed to get in the week, you're covering a lot of those bases already. I'll tell you, most of the time they are, right? If we were looking at the energy outside of it for you, right, the only really thing that we would add in, and this is mostly for your actual overall health, right, which ties right back into your goal, right, which is feel good, stay better, live longer, be there for your family, right, is going to be getting cardio in. Okay, so we can definitely, for you, we want to kind of map out. So it sounds like it'd be good to map out, okay, what does it look like if we need to add 2 more days of training in? And, how can we make that the best bang for your buck, right? The best return on investment, right? So we're not spending a ton of time just like walking on a treadmill. But for you, that would come down to, since you're already doing gym training and some conditioning, we need to do a little bit more like longer form cardio and maybe another high intensity interval training day. So for you, right, if we want to bring it back to our emotional goals here, energy outside, those are the kind of 2 areas that you'd see might be good to add in. 2 X HIIT. The HIIT would be like similar to the conditioning stuff that you'll do at the end of your training, right? A little bit longer, it's a few more intervals, just like real intense and then rest, real intense and then rest. And so that's a little bit shorter. And the other cardio day I would say you do is a little bit more moderate. It wouldn't be quite as intense. It would be a little bit longer form, but it'd still be, moderate intensity, not just walking. So a little bit more. And that would kind of help you, that would tie back into your why a little bit on the energy outside. Going back to the goal, fit into clothes, feel more comfortable. So yeah, we're going to burn a few more calories here, but there's a lot of reasons that the energy outside of the equation, especially with cardio, is not where you want to focus, right? You're already doing the best thing for yourself, which is weight training, right?
Right.
On the energy outside of the equation, that's the best thing you can do when it comes to toning up, gaining muscle, or even losing weight. It's all about gaining muscle, right? And muscle is the best thing for what you want to accomplish, and then the best thing for all of these things as well. Okay, but to add that in would be a good thing. So on the energy inside of the equation, right, that's the other area that we have to affect. Okay.
Okay.
So going back to our goal here, fit into clothes, feel more comfortable. What would it look like? Let's kind of dial this in a little bit and figure out where we'd have to be. What would make you feel more comfortable? What would make you feel more comfortable in your clothes?
Just losing all the extra weight.
Okay. So losing weight. Excellent. Excellent. So we're really diving in deep and getting exactly where we want here. When it comes to losing weight, do you know how much or, where you'd like to be at all?
Well, of course. I think everybody does.
What's that?
I think everybody does.
Everybody does? I don't know.
I think
everyone does. I've had, that's why these conversations are so good, is because it really helps you peel back the layers of that onion and really get down to the exact finite detail. And then you can make your goals so much better, so much easier, so much faster, and you connect with it so much better. So a lot of people don't know, or they kind of know, but it's just in the back of their head.
Okay.
And they wrestle. What I find is that there's a human nature. We wrestle with this ambivalence in a way of like knowing that goal is there, but not really thinking about it, and then kind of live on the opposite side, live away from it a little bit. It's really interesting. So not everyone does know it. So we've gotten to a good point so far. It was really good. What would make you feel more comfortable in your clothes, more accomplished, right? Live longer, feel better, be around for your family, help your family, be stronger?
It would be between 10 to 15.
Okay. Awesome. So 10 to 15. Good. So now we can so that's our goal, right? Here's our goal right here. Boom. There's our goal. Now all we have to do is map that out. How are we going to do that? We've already got some action step here, right? This is going to be a little bit. You are going to burn some more calories there, and it's going to help you connect with your why. I think that's going to be a good thing for you to do, right? So we got to add that into your training program. Okay. The other area we need to focus is energy inside of the equation. This area is going to pay dividends for you. So let's back off the numbers here, right? Let's go from the end number and try to break that down into a goal. So in general, when it comes to weight loss, 1 to 2 pounds a week is normal. Okay. And so if you break that into calories, right? How many calories that is a week is 1 pound of weight loss in a week is about 3,500 calories. If you break that into days then, right? 7 days a week, that's 500 calorie deficit a day, right? So 1 pound is usually normal. 2 pounds, you'd be down 1,000 calories a day. Now, even if you don't know anything about calories, 1,000 sounds like a lot, right? Mm-hmm. So, that helps you kind of put it into perspective of, what is normal? What's it going to take, right? You were looking at 10 to 15 pounds. If it was 1 pound per week over time, that'd be 10 to 15 weeks. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
10 to 15 weeks of a 500 calorie deficit a day. Now, some of that deficit can come from a little bit of exercise energy expenditure, right? And the other things that you're going to do in the day. Now, remember, when it comes back to training, the reason that the training piece is so important is that the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn without doing anything. With this cardio piece, right, you're not getting any extra muscle out of that. You're only burning the calories that you're in there doing at a time. So you constantly have to keep up with that amount of work. But with muscle, right, it's like an investment, because you burn more calories the more muscle you gain without doing anything, just laying there on the couch, right? So that's why it's the most important piece. That's why a lot of times I really like to bring it back to this energy inside of the equation. You already have that checked off on the energy out, right? Because you're building as much muscle as possible. And I know we've chatted about that before, like, okay, in training, what can we do, right? Can we go harder? And we have, right? Mm-hmm. You've upped your intensity, we've upped your weights. You've been killing it in the gym. So, so I know you're capable. I know you can do it. Let's look back at this. So if it's 10 to 15 pounds, it'd be 1 pound a week could be 15 weeks. And it doesn't have to be that, right? Okay. It can be 30 weeks, 52 weeks. It can be a year, right? It doesn't have to be that 15 weeks. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, this here. So if it's 15 weeks, let's go over here and write action steps. Let's say 15 weeks minus 500. Okay, so see how we're getting from the why to our goal to our action steps here? See how we can make that connection? Okay, if it's 15 weeks and it's 500 calories of deficit a day, right? We'll get a little bit from here, not too much. There's another reason that you don't want to focus so much on the cardio aspect is because when you add exercise in and add energy expenditure in, your body's really good at trying to maintain this homeostasis or maintain this like even amount. And what it will do is it'll say, oh, hey, we're burning more calories. I better conserve calories somewhere else. And so without you even knowing it, your body's going to try to pull energy expenditure out of other things. So it's going to be like, all right, you're a little more tired. You're feeling a little more sluggish. It's going to slow you down. It's going to slow your thinking down, right? Your body will magically do that for you, right? I was thinking about it, which sucks, right? So it's not like you can be like, oh, I added a workout in and I added 600 calories. Yeah, but your body's going to pull some of that out. Like, don't think you just added, you just worked out another 500 calories for the day, so you're good. So how do we do this? So let's go through right now, what does your nutrition look like? On a daily basis, what would you say you have for breakfast?
Well, that's the thing. I'm not a breakfast person.
That's right. So no breakfast at all.
And if it
Do
is,
you have anything like a snack or anything?
if it is, it would be to like 11.
Okay. What time do you get up?
By 7.
Okay, up at 7. 11 is, we'll say, breakfast.
Yeah, because I'm usually not hungry. And if it is, it's just some yogurt.
If it is at 7, you have a yogurt or something?
Something, yeah.
Okay, so something small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then usually not hungry. Then 11's breakfast. Okay. Or whatever it is. Is it like a lunch or a brunch?
Yeah.
What do you usually go for?
Usually like a bar.
Okay, a
Of
bar.
some sort, like a Nutri-Game bar.
Okay.
Sometimes it's nothing. I know.
Bar/0. Maybe yogurt. After breakfast, then where do you go?
A snack, probably.
Okay. And
'Cause it's,
what's a typical, you can even describe a couple. What's a typical snack?
do you really want to know?
Yeah, I want to know.
Well, sometimes, it just depends. Sometimes it's fruit.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a bag of pretzels.
All right. So what time would that be maybe? What time snack time?
12:30.
Okay. Good. 12:30 snack, fruit, pretzels. Okay. Then what happens?
And do it all over again.
That's all you eat in a day?
Yeah, until dinner.
Until dinner. Okay.
Usually, yeah.
So then what's dinner usually?
It's usually, it's a big full meal. Meat, chicken,
Okay. So dinner, we have a full meal. What time is dinner usually?
like 5:30.
Okay. So 5:30 is dinner. And if that's your full meal, right? So we're kind of snacky throughout the day, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to dinner, which is full meal, which is going to be a protein, right? Some sort of meat.
Sometimes it's pasta. Sometimes it's vegetables.
Okay. So it's like a pasta or vegetables. So
Yeah.
do you always have vegetables or is it just sometimes?
Usually.
Okay. So usually vegetables, meat, some sort of pasta, or like what else? What else would be in that kind of category?
That's pretty much it.
Pasta.
Pasta,
right.
there's meat. Usually there's meat and
Okay.
vegetables.
So when I look at this for you, the number one thing that stands out for me would be protein. How can we get protein up, right? Yeah, yogurt has some protein in it, but it sounds like you're getting that pretty sparsely. It's like, if I feel kind of, okay. So really for you, and then a bar, right? So a Nutri-Grain bar or something like that. Definitely not a lot of protein there.
No.
Going to be mostly carbs, right? And then snack, fruit or pretzels, that's going to be mostly carbs, a little bit of fat, okay? And then dinner, we've got meat. Okay, there's our good protein.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a good
And
dinner.
there's fish.
Yeah, okay, good.
say.
Excellent, yeah. And so it's what, ground beef? What else? That's what I
Steak.
think when I think meat. You didn't say that.
Mainly steak,
Okay, nice.
chicken breasts, chicken, usually something chicken, whole chicken.
Okay, so lots of chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, so steak, chicken, fish. It sounds like a variety.
Not
Mostly
so
chicken.
much pork, but
Not so much pork, okay. I'm not a big pork fan either.
sometimes it's salad. Sometimes it's a salmon salad.
Ah, nice, good.
It's always cooked. We always go out and we'll cook. We never go out.
Okay.
So
it's
it's
at home.
always an at-home dinner.
So it sounds like a good, pretty well-rounded dinner. Like it sounds like you're always getting a good protein source, right? And then you're getting some sort of vegetable in there, right? And then you're getting some sort of carbohydrate. It sounds pretty good. That's a great, well-rounded dinner. The thing I like most about it is that's where you're getting your protein. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to protein, right? So we talk about building muscle, and right, that's really the longevity piece. That's the long game. That's where it pays dividends, right? Is building muscle, because you build more muscle, you burn more calories without doing anything, and that's the best. I want to do less. I want to do less. When it comes to anything in life, I want to do less and get more.
Right.
Right? Who doesn't?
Of course, exactly.
So that's why I love protein and working out, because that's going to help me do less and get more. Okay. So for you, the number one thing when it comes to protein is amount throughout the day. And even if you had a yogurt, a bar, the fruit, pretzels, I don't know what dinner is, but even if you had that, I'd say you're not getting enough protein in the day.
Oh, I know.
Right? That would be, I think, for you, that would pay the most dividends for what you want to accomplish. If we look at protein, right? So for you, you'd want to go literally almost 1 gram per pound of body weight in protein. That'd be your first goal. 1 gram of protein per pound body weight every single day. So that's number one when it comes to protein. So 1 gram per pound. Okay, 1 gram of protein per, I gotta put it right there. Huh? There we go. 1 gram of protein per pound. That's number one. The next thing you want to look at is protein quality and protein timing, right? So for you right now, you're getting all your protein at dinner. Let's say dinner's an hour. The rest of the 23 hours throughout the day, you're not getting any protein. Right? So we want to make sure that your body is spiking muscle protein synthesis and then coming out of that spike, right? Spike muscle protein synthesis, come out of that spike. Because that's what's going to tell your body, signal your body to build muscle, right? Getting it all at once is probably not the best thing, as a lot of research is showing us, and what I found with helping people do this a lot. So you want to be able to spread it out a little bit, okay? And then it's protein quality. You're getting good protein quality here, with meat. So protein quality, typically the best proteins are going to be, they're always going to compare this in research to eggs, right? Whey and dairy, like milk protein, right? They're always going to compare those and be like, oh, this is the gold standard. How do these other proteins match up? And there's different reasons for that. There's different amino acids that there's non-essential and essential amino acids that make that up. There's leucine, right? So there's different reasons why these proteins are better. But in general, the only thing you got to remember is that animal proteins are your best bet, right? Animal proteins are animal products, right? Milk and eggs, or the animal proteins, which you're getting meat there, right? Yogurt, high quality protein. You're getting all the amino acids you need. When it comes to vegetarian proteins, you're not going to get all the amino acids you need unless you compile things that are complementary and actually fill that together. Okay, so that'd be like beans and rice, or hummus and pita, like things like that, right?
Okay.
But really, what you have to remember is that animal byproducts are always going to be complete protein, right? So for you, number one, right, is going to be 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Number 2 is going to be protein timing. We need to spread that out throughout the day. It'd be really good if you get a little more protein in the morning, or you commit to like having that yogurt. What kind of yogurt is it, by the way?
It's Greek.
Greek. There you go. Good. Excellent. Or you commit to like having that yogurt every single morning, right? That would help you spike that muscle protein synthesis, especially after you've been sleeping all night, right? So you have that kind of, that dip.
Yeah.
Right? We want to spike that back up.
That's the hard thing. I don't always feel like I want to have it.
What's that?
I don't want to always have yogurt, or I don't want to always have eggs.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not in the mood.
And the mood. So that goes back to that motivation, right? What is our motivation versus what is our discipline? And so we have to kind of bring it back to what our why is.
Yeah.
One of the things that I do when I wake up in the morning is I immediately start thinking about my why. Because I'll tell you, it is so tough to pull my head off that pillow in the morning where I'm comfortable,
Of course.
where I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh, I just want a little more sleep, right? But I know that if I start thinking about my why, it'll help me get right up, right? And get to what I need to be doing that day. So going back to that motivation versus discipline piece, right? For you, protein there. So the first thing that I want to get with you on is how to track your food. Have you ever tracked your food before?
I have.
You have?
I have.
Oh, what'd you use?
Just a piece of paper and a pencil.
A piece of paper and a pencil?
That was it. Mm-hmm.
So you were like, okay, this is what I ate, and you wrote it down.
I think I was through another app.
An app? Was it MyFitnessPal?
No, it was
or Noom?
It was on my Fitbit, and
Oh, okay, cool.
it was just too complicated.
Okay. So would it tell you like the calories, the protein, and the fat, whatever in there? Would it tell you the different macronutrients, micronutrients usually?
I don't think so. I think I used it once, and
Okay.
it was, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think to do this, the first steps, right? Your first action steps would be, okay, let's track our food, okay, just to see where we're at, okay, and know what we're putting in, right, on the energy inside of the equation. That's where you're at right now. We want to know what we're putting into our body as information, right? Because what we're putting into our body is information telling it what to do, right? Just like we kind of learned here with protein, right? Mm-hmm. How can I tell my body what to do with what I'm putting in? We found, okay, we need more protein, we need better protein timing, and we need quality protein, right? Those three things are going to tell my body what to do. We want to track the food so you can start to figure out where you're at. Because if we know where you're at right here, right? If we know where you're at with that, and we kind of know where we want to go, well, then we can map out a plan, right? And then let's say we do X, let's say we get Y right here, right? Then we know, okay, then we can assess, right? What did I do? What did I get? Do I like that? Do I like what I traded for what I got? If the answer is no, that's okay. Because then you can go back here and you can change whatever you did. The answer is yes. Then you go, okay, do I want to do more of X? Do I want to do the same amount of X to get more or the same amount of Y? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I think the first thing that we need to do for you is get you tracking your food. And the only thing that I want you to look at right off the bat, okay, is protein. That's the only thing you need to focus on. Nothing else. Not calories, not carbs, not fat, not sodium, not water, nothing. I want you to focus only on protein, right? And we're going to learn as much as we can about how to get the right proteins, the right timing, and as much protein as you need. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Stacy, does it feel like that is something that you can accomplish?
Definitely give it a shot. Yes.
Okay. So what could I do to help you accomplish that? How could I help you?
Just write it all down.
Write it all down.
Like, tell me.
Tell you exactly what to do.
Exactly from time, start to finish.
So I used to do that. I used to write it down for everyone, right? I'd be like, all right, here's your meal plan. Here's what you're going to do. What I found from that is that it didn't work. It didn't work in the beginning because people wouldn't do it, right? So I do all this work in the perfect meal plan. I go through all their stuff and I write it down for them and it wouldn't work because they wouldn't adhere to it. It's not really what they wanted. And it's not what they wanted because it wasn't them. It didn't come from them, right? It wasn't their accomplishment. It wasn't their plan. And so they didn't identify these things that we identified with it, right? That's why we spent some time there, right? Getting to your why. Even if they did adhere to it for a while and they got great results, which happened all the time, they would fall off the wagon, just like we spoke about earlier, right? They'd fall off the wagon, they'd feel like they failed, and they just kind of like, it's done, I'm done. And they'd throw it all away because it really wasn't them. It didn't connect them back to this. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So what I found that really works, though, is me expertly helping you, me bringing that expertise to the table and like, okay, you are deciding what to do, right? Taking you through this piece, and then you are deciding exactly what you are willing to and what you want to do to attain this, right? That's what it comes down to. It comes down to you making that plan and you doing it. I can hold you accountable. Right. I can help you there, and I can provide you the guidance and expertise to help you there. But that's the way I've seen it become successful in the long term. That's the big difference, right? Between a diet and coaching. Diets don't last. Diets don't work. Diet isn't you. This is you. This is what you want, right? This is what you want. This is why you want it.
Okay.
So it has to come from you.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. How committed are you to attaining this and this?
Oh, I'm still here. I'm doing it for 2 years.
It's true. Okay. So give me a scale, 1 to 10. How committed are you?
Well, in the moment, I'm going to say 10, but right now, probably an 8.
Okay. 8 to 10. So 8 out of 10.
8 to 10, yeah.
Okay. That's up there. That's good. Okay. So with an 8 to 10 level commitment, would you be willing to track your food and work on just building your knowledge, building your understanding of protein and what information you're giving your body with that?
If it's the right app, I could probably do it. Yeah.
I can help you with that.
Okay.
Don't worry. We'll get past all the, what I find is there's difficulty in, going through the apps and tracking stuff, but I've done that plenty of times. You're young, you're tech savvy, you're going to be fine. Believe me. I take 70-year-olds through these apps and they're able to do it. So I know you can do it,
Okay.
Stacy. So getting through those barriers, totally help you with, that's going to be fine. And then, so when it comes down to this, if it's saying, are you willing to get a yogurt in every morning? Get a yogurt or an egg or whatever it is.
If it's changed up, then yes.
If you get to some variety there?
Yeah.
Even if you're not hungry?
I can force myself.
Usually I find that, let me ask you this. When you first started training, did you feel like you had to force yourself a little bit?
No.
No?
Because I knew what the outcome would be at the end.
Okay, there you go.
It was doing, what's the word? It was actually showing up.
There you go.
I guess.
Right. Showing up.
Showing up.
So what I find most people tell me is that, like showing up, they have to like force themselves to show up, right?
But in my mind, I knew I needed to do it. So it was
there you go.
Change your mindset.
There you go. I love it, Stacy. Change your mindset. So with this, right, we go back to our why, what we're going to accomplish, what we're going to do, changing our mindset. It's the same thing. At first, it's like, all right, I got to force myself to show up. But eventually, as you go through each of these situations, these scenarios, you get wins, right? You start to connect the dots between I did this, I got this. That's what changes your mindset. That's what changes your mindset over the time, right? Into, yeah, I can do this. This is the result I'm getting. This is what I want to do. So are you committed to starting that, to trying that today? Awesome.
Maybe after dinner.
So if you want to see real results from real people, go check out our client testimonials on YouTube. If you're interested in seeing more information about what you can do daily to help you get closer to your goals, follow us on socials. The links are in the description. If you'd like to learn more about the challenge, come to our website at justmovelife.com. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always on to help.